Okay, so I'm here with Bob. We're going to check out these these semi-acoustics, you know. Do you want to tell me about this one first? What year? What's this one here?
So this is an ES-335 Sunburst from 1959 in particularly great condition. It's pretty new. The only wear is really on that path pickup there. For the geeks amongst you, these are double white pickups underneath the covers. But this is otherwise an intact, authentic 1959 330, and it plays like a dream.
335.
335, sorry, beg your pardon, and it sings.
Wow. Should we? And what have we got here?
And this is a 1960 330. So they look very similar, but mechanically they're very different.
Can I just say this is probably my favourite guitar you own? I love this guitar.
So I've got three of these. I've got a cherry one, I've got a blonde one, and I've got a Sunburst Epiphone, which is very rare.
Yeah.
All single pickup. People don't like the single pickups because it goes where the plectrum hits it.
Yeah.
Right. Truth is about this guitar is if you get the double pickup ones, which are more money, the neck pickup is always too dull, and the bridge pickup is always too thin and shrill. This is a perfect place for the pickup.
So it's probably where some harmonics are.
It is.
Harmonics of the string.
Sounds killer, but that has a solid block of wood going down the middle.
So this has got a solid block of wood.
Yeah, which kind of helps on the volume and feedback stakes.
Yeah.
This is an acoustic guitar.
So there's nothing, it's just hollow inside.
And so it's fantastic guitar, feels great, the neck profile's brilliant, plays a dream, springs back against you, all that stuff, but hard to play at volume. It just likes to squeal. It's a real handful. I never understand how Gary Clark Jr. plays 330s the way he does. Fantastic player, high volume.
Yeah.
You must stuff them with
something on
mattresses.
Let's play a bit of Every Day of the Blues. B flat, yeah?
B flat?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know. One thing I noticed about this guitar here is it sounds so sweet, even with just the neck pickup. Normally to get that sweet sound you need both, you know. But this here, just on the neck path, so these again are the similar pickups to what's on the 58 Les Paul, yeah?
Yeah, nominally, of course, in those days they were all kind of, you know, handmade, hand-wound, so they're all a bit different.
Do you know the output, actually?
I know that's about 7.6 and 7.8.
So 7.6, 7.8.
Yeah, I got it written down somewhere, but I've forgotten what they are.
But so 7.6, 7.8.
It's low.
Right.
Right, and all these vintage guitars, right, there's lots of stuff on the web about this. The vintage guitars, they have pretty low output pickups compared to modern pickups.
Right.
But they work great with modern amps, because modern amps, which have got plenty of gain, can take this low output and they can shape it and make great sounds out of it.
I mean, the pickup on that is so sweet as well. So let's just play some licks. I'll play some licks on here.
Okay.
I'm going to play on the back pickup, actually. So. I have no choice. So again, it's kind of that Gibson Gibson sound, isn't it? That
Yeah.
Gibson sort of,
Again, the designers are looking for the same thing. So you've still got people designing for jazz.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if people by now were using them for rockabilly, you know, rock and roll, blues, but they were still designing for jazz.
Yeah. One thing I think about all these guitars is the neck shape is absolutely perfect.
Although it evolves. This is a fatter C, quite a fat neck.
That's the fattest neck.
That's a little bit thinner, but still a 58, so it's a C.
Yeah.
That's a 59, so it's still quite fat. But the 335s went thin in 1960, and this is a thinner, skinnier neck.
So what year is this?
This is 60.
Right. Can I say one thing I love about all of these guitars is the nut width. Because in the 60s, the nut width went funny.
Mid-60s.
Mid-60s.
Really horrid. By about 65, and the guitars are getting really narrow.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Not good.
No.
And if you think about, they made that guitar in a 12-string variant.
Did they really?
With the narrow nut. I mean, there's nowhere to put your fingers.
Yeah, crazy. Silly. But this has got a beautiful nut, so you can really get, you know, you can play some nice... It's just easy to get, you know, fingers, you know. And the build quality is incredible, you know. So one piece, oh no, it's ply, but it's one piece, isn't it?
That's like it.
Is that ply as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Is that two-piece top?
No, it's all one piece.
It's one piece.
Yeah.
Because I think in '63 they started making two-piece tops.
Okay.
In '63, I don't know, not if all of them were, but I know that there was a center seam.
Okay.
On some of the.
And actually, there's a similar story about the Les Paul. Is that when it was under gold, very often the piece of maple, the maple cap, was 3 slices, and they didn't even worry about where the seam was because it was under an opaque coat.
Right. So you don't know what's under that.
I know it'll be 3 pieces of maple, but I don't know where the seams are. Right. But on that guitar, obviously, because it's transparent, there's a centre seam, and it's book matched. And some of the very early sunbursts, they forgot that they had a transparent coat, and you can find them with 3 or off centre seams, all kinds of transitional effects.
Bob, can I ask you just a few more questions? What is some things you've experienced about these guitars that maybe people that haven't owned, you know, one or as many as you do, what's something you've noticed about these ones as opposed to, say, the reissues, the custom shop, Gibson custom shops and the replicas?
Well, the first thing, it sounds really funny and a bit snobbish to say this, but when I play a reissue, almost every reissue I've ever played, compared to the feel of this old lacquer, they feel like they're covered in cling film. They feel sticky to me. Right. Now, I'm privileged to have these original guitars. If you hadn't touched these, you'd probably think a reissue Les Paul was like the business. Right? But when I've got the comparison, they all feel sticky. So the lacquer is important. That also contributes to the sound. Apart from that, they tend to be lower output. And that's part of the tone. They feel the sound is more vocal and it's lighter.
Well, should we play the acoustic? Let's play the acoustic.
Okay.
Wow, that's quite loud.
This is louder because it's hollow. So.
The wood really sounds dried out. You know what I mean? It sounds dry.
The thing that surprised me most was that the Sunburst was the first of these I bought. And when I started playing it, I couldn't believe how bright it was. Not like the Strata or Telly, but bright. I was used to the muffled sound of Gibsons. It was much lighter in tone, which means you can ride the tone control.
Which my Knopfler does to, especially was it Brothers in Arms? Brothers in Arms? I don't know if he was playing a Pentasure on that one.
hang on. Brothers in Arms, he might have been. So. But obviously the famous one is the Beginning to the Money for Nothing. That was the Les Paul.
So my Knopfler has got a 58, pretty similar to this.
It's 7 serial numbers apart.
I think that was his favourite guitar, wasn't it? It's the one he kisses. When he plays it on stage, he always kisses it. My Knopfler, he's got several of these.
He's got several of these. He's got several of these, including a number of blonde ones. The blonde ones are mechanically identical, but they're rarer. And they're very beautiful. You know, like imagine this finish, that guitar. Very valuable. He's got several of those, which he plays beautifully. And
does he keep them? Does he tour them?
He does. I think when he was doing, remember we had that band, the Notting Hill Billies? And I saw him playing a blonde 335, which would have been 59 or 60.
Right, can I just play? So have a little jam on A to finish off. So can we go back to these and finish off the little jam?
Oh, I tell you what. Why don't we mix and match it? I'll stick with semi. You go to a Les Paul.
Okay.
We'll have a bit of solid acoustic.
Go 58 and a
58 and 60.
Yeah.
And while you're plugging in, so all we're doing is we're plugging through a Lazy J20. Ramon's through a Lazy J20. I'm through a standard Fender Deluxe reverb reissue.
Yeah.
No mods. Standard amps.
This Lazy J is really good. I've played through a Lazy J before, but this is. I'm loving this. You know.
Nice recording now.
It's very nice. So well done, Jesse.
Jesse Huff.
Well done, Jesse. Right. Okay. So this is a 58 Les Paul. I'm going to play some Knopfler style rhythm. And Bob's going to tear it up on his 330 with one.
The usual standard Bob.